You have a $100,000 business trapped in your mind, and I will show you how you can unlock it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Luke Nicolas Derktian, and with Purpose Driven, I hope to be helping people find their purpose and build a business around it. Let's get started. So, what is that business that is trapped in your mind? It could be anything. To start off, you have to look at what you are good at. What are the skills that you could be applying in 3 to 6 months and start generating revenue? Start that ball rolling and get your business up and running. So the question is, the business that is trapped in your mind that could be generating you revenue should be based on a skill set that solves a very specific problem. So the more specific the problem is that you are solving, the more value you're providing, the more you will stand out to other competitors that are in the market that are actually offering a similar product. The question is, how unique is your product and how differentiated are you from your competitors? So it is very much related in that sense that if you can solve a very specific problem, like I mentioned, you can ask a much higher price. You can ask a premium for that service or product that you might be trying to build up or trying to provide as a service. So the question is, how do you extract the idea or the business concept that you have in your mind, and how can you turn it into a business? Well, the first step, the crucial step, is to determine what problems you are good at solving. That is actually at the root of what a business does. They are able to locate, to identify what specific problem, what specific pain point a very targeted group of people or businesses, depending if you are focusing on targeting consumers versus instead of businesses, and identifying the pain and problem that they have and knowing how to solve it. The better you can solve a problem and pain, the more realistic the ideas that you have in your mind, the business, the $100,000 business that you have in your mind can be turned into an actual business that can generate you actual revenue. So that's the first step. The first step is identifying what problem you can solve by knowing which skill you have or which experience you've had in the past, which you can help other people with. The second question is, are you enthusiastic? Are you passionate about solving that problem? Because there is a huge difference between having an idea in your head, could be anything. Oh, I could set up an e-commerce business. Oh, I could be selling Chinese products via Amazon to European or customers throughout the United States. That's fine if that's your interest, if you're good at that, if you're skilled at that. But the question are you is that your purpose? Is that your why you want to be launching or building a business? So that's a very essential second question you should be asking yourself. It's at the root of starting a sustainable business, a business that will actually not generate you an income for 6, 12, I don't know, like 2 years. No, it will generate you a lifetime income. And to build a lifetime income, to have a business that is actually based on your lifetime specialism, I like to call it, is to know what your purpose is. What is your why? Why do you want to be helping other people solve this specific problem? Do they have a feature you love working with? For example, you love working with people that were in the same situation you found yourself in 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago. And you love helping people get out of that situation. There you have a 100,000 business that is driven by your purpose, that is based on why you're doing things. And that is also seen from a financial perspective, something very valuable. And why is it valuable? There is a difference between companies that have a purpose-driven strategy versus companies that are fully monetary driven, so fully focused on only achieving a profit. And if you look at the statistics, which are very interesting, you see that there is a trend that companies that have a clear purpose, a clear strategy to achieve and to serve their why have an increased and improved financial performance. So not only are you actually making your working environment much more pleasant, as in building a business is a lot of work. Therefore, having an environment that supports, that sustains you in that process of building a business is a very, very helpful tool to have. And the second thing is that if you know that financially you'll be compensated better because you are actually making the right strategic decisions that are purpose driven, that eventually will lead to not only the right direct effects, but also to the right second order effect. And the second order effects are the consequences that arise as a consequence of a decision you've made in the past. So imagine you make a decision, for example, to invest in advertising. So the direct effect is that people click on your website, click on your link, or whatever you're trying to offer. But the second order effect is that they start to know you. They start to recognize, okay, this person or this business is trying to offer me this product or service. That's a second order effect that comes from your first decision to start running ads. And the better your strategic decisions are, the stronger your vision is based on your why and your purpose, the better these decisions will be over time, and the better the effects, I call them the domino effect, will be much stronger over time. So you have an intrinsic motivation, which is you will do your work. Building your business is much more interesting, is much more satisfying than working on something that is purely based on extrinsic motivation and factors such as earning money. But that's the beauty of it. You will actually also be financially compensated because you solve a very specific problem. You are very motivated, enthusiastic about solving that problem. You have had experience with solving that problem, and people are willing to pay good money to be served by you, for you to help them solve this problem. So it's like a win-win situation. And the most powerful economic transactions are those transactions where the win-win for both parties are very much aligned. See, the fact is that a lot of people think that business is just purely one time or one-off transactions, but actually it isn't. A sustainable business, a businessman that is very wise, is someone that knows how to increase the lifetime value of their customers by increasing that relationship, by increasing the length of that relationship, and the relationship that is sustainable, that is over long term, is the one that actually generates the greatest kinds of revenue and profits. Why? Because acquiring a customer or serving an initial customer always costs more time than a customer that already exists, a customer that already knows you, a customer that will take action much more easily and quickly. They also call it in marketing a warmer audience versus a colder audience, a very cold audience, right? The difference is that someone that is already warm will most likely take action on based what you're trying to serve them with. So to come back at the question of how do you extract this business idea out of your mind is basically knowing what you want to be doing. What do you want to be helping other people with? Once you know that, and you do not base your decision to build a business based on solely financial returns because you see someone else do an activity, build a business that generates them lots of income, I can tell you from personal experience that a lot of people out there online, they claim to be earning huge amounts of income, which in several cases might be true. But the question you should be asking yourself is, and you will only hear this if you're watching this video up until this point, is the companies that are sustainable are the ones that actually become financially successful. The question you should be asking yourself is the figure they are trying to show me, is the profit or the income figure they are showing me right now in their ads, in their content, in their social media? Is it is it sustainable throughout a year, throughout 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5 years? Can they consistently generate that revenue amount, that income amount, month over month, year over year? If the answer is yes, then they have a sustainable business, and actually business that generates wealth and value. If not, they just have a like a casino jackpot machine, right? You throw in a coin and 1 out of 10 gives you a lot of money, but all the other attempts, all the other 9 attempts give you zero. And that's not something that you want to be building your business of. The idea that you have in your mind should be something that you're intrinsically motivated about. It drives your why, it drives your life's purpose, and you've had experience with it. You are passionate about trying to help solve the problem and serve the people that need your help. If you combine those two, I can guarantee your financial success will will significantly differ from the many competitors out there who are just purely focused on taking instead of giving, on receiving instead of sharing. And that's a huge difference. So, well, I want to encourage you to think about this this concept of having a very specific skill set, having a very specific experience, or perhaps if you're just starting out, it could be starter's experience, but that's fine. You could always be helping people that are less experienced, less knowledgeable than you are, but that's fine. You always help the people that are up and are upcoming. So you shouldn't necessarily focus on being the best in that field. You could just also be in the process of learning yourself. So I have some videos that you could be watching with regards to marketing, setting up a clear marketing strategy, knowing who the target audience is you want to be following. So you can click on the video right here. And I have some videos, a playlist about finding your purpose and why it will make you actually happy in building and running a business. So, okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. If you've liked this video, leave behind a comment and of course subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.